Good morning, everybody. If you have more headaches and stronger ones at that, there may be a reason. Concerns about climate change often focus on rising seas and warming temperatures, but some doctors are warning about its effect on our health, including migraines and headaches. Nearly 1 in 10 people worldwide suffers from migraines. Bradley Blackburn has more on how a changing climate could mean more pain for a lot of patients.
All right, so just look straight ahead from here.
Nettie Alvarado knows how debilitating migraines can be. She's suffered from them for more than a decade before her daughter was born.
She says, "Mom, you're in your room, it's dark. Are you okay? Like, are you having a migraine?"
Her migraines used to last for days.
Good, shrug your shoulders up.
But she's found relief with medication and help from Dr. Fred Cohen, a headache specialist at Mount Sinai.
It actually eliminates within time. Within the hour and a half or so, it's gone.
Many things trigger migraines, like lack of sleep or alcohol use. But Dr. Cohen says often patients blame the weather, and extreme conditions fueled by climate change are now an increasing concern.
Migraine sufferers are the best meteorologists because when there's a weather system changing, they get an attack.
Weather triggers include intense heat or cold, high humidity, and windy or stormy conditions. Even stress from severe weather can be a factor.
There could be a relationship with more of these severe weather phenomenon that we're seeing both in the United States and globally, and an increase in headache and migraine attacks.
Dr. Cohen says during this summer's wildfire smoke in the Northeast, headache complaints jumped.
But treatments for migraines are evolving too, with new approaches and new medications. Doctors can help patients monitor migraine triggers and adapt to environmental changes.
Good. Alvarado says anyone who's suffering should see a doctor and ask for help.
Migraines are not something that you should have to deal with on an everyday basis or even throughout the day.
A health struggle that could be growing with our changing climate. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The American Migraine Foundation says migraines are 3 times more common in women than in men, and 1 in 4 U.S. households include someone who suffers with migraines. Well, the state of Mississippi is the state with the highest STD rate in the nation. It's a rate of 1,300 cases per 100,000 people. That's more than double the national rate. The CDC is proposing the first morning after pill to protect against sexually transmitted infections. Christian Benavidez has more on that.
New draft guidelines from the CDC would use an inexpensive antibiotic as a morning after pill to try to prevent sexually transmitted infections, or STIs, such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis.
We're at a record high number of STIs in the nation, and we need game-changing innovations.
Doxycycline is commonly used to treat bacterial infections. The CDC says growing research shows some people who take the antibiotic within 72 hours of having unprotected sex are much less likely to contract an STI.
In several studies, that's been shown to reduce the chance of getting an STI by about 2/3.
Cases of STIs are increasing. The CDC says between 2020 and 2021, more than 2.5 million cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis were reported.
Sexually transmitted infections also increase the chance that someone will get or transmit HIV. So any innovation that prevents STIs could also have an effect by preventing HIV infections as well.
The draft guidelines would be for gay and bisexual men and transgender women, groups most impacted by the higher infection numbers. Christian Benavidez, CBS News.
The CDC says it's also monitoring for whether more use of the antibiotic could result in more drug-resistant bacteria. The Mississippi State Department of Health reports that the majority of STD cases occur among young adults ages 15 to 24, and that nearly half of all new infections are among those ages 15 to 19. All right, be among the first to know the hottest toy trends. We'll show you ahead on Mid-Morning. All right, we're back, everyone, just in time for the start of engagement season. Diamond prices are taking a hit as many consumers shy away from luxury goods like jewelry. But a drop in rough diamond prices doesn't mean you'll see cheaper prices at the store. Jen Sullivan has a closer look, plus why you can soon expect a marriage proposal surge.
Diamond prices are dropping, but don't expect to see cheaper prices at your local jewelry shop. According to Zeminski Global Rough Diamond Index, prices for rough diamonds, the raw, unpolished, and uncut stones, are the lowest they've been in a year. And one economist says the price drop, plus a robust U.S. labor market, could contribute to a surge in marriage proposals.
It's easy to find a job. Jobs are plentiful. And it's one of the reasons why you're seeing an increase in household formations.
So what's behind the plummeting prices? Industry analysts are linking the slump to declining sales at the jewelry counter, saying many post-pandemic consumers shy away from luxury and discretionary goods and spend on more traveling, eating out, and other experiences.
Households actually had quite a lot of savings. They could insulate themselves.
It comes as the largest jewelry company in the U.S. predicts a marriage proposal boom. According to Signet Jewelers, engagements will soar as high as 2.5 million in 2024.
I think that's a very good sign. It gives you just a really strong sense of just how robust portions of the consumer market are and just how solid the U.S. economy is.
For those looking to propose this year, don't expect cheaper diamonds. Analysts say retailers don't typically adjust in-store prices based on price fluctuations to products on the short term. For example, a 1-carat round diamond at the store is on average 3% more expensive right now than it was in January of 2020. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, fall just started, but many retailers are already offering Black Friday type discounts. Michael George tells us about the push to get holiday shoppers.
Anthony Kozak didn't come to Target to shop for holiday gifts.
It's not even Thanksgiving. Halloween? What are we talking about? October.
He was surprised to learn holiday deals are already here. Target's Circle Week is offering big discounts for Circle members through Saturday.
Now that you know they're offering deals, would you do some of your holiday shopping early?
Of course. Who's not looking for a good deal? Got to save money wherever we can.
Target isn't the only retailer offering big savings. Next week is Walmart's Deals Holiday Kickoff, with sales on thousands of items. And Amazon, which held a Prime Day in the summer, is also offering big deal days October 10th and 11th. And these deals are expected to attract plenty of customers. A recent survey from Bankrate found 50% of people plan to buy holiday gifts before Halloween.
We've seen that, that holiday shopping has been kicking off earlier and earlier every year.
Samantha Gordon is the deals editor at Consumer Reports and says people buying now should check the return policy and always look to see if what you purchase drops in price.
So a lot of retailers have this policy where if you buy something and it goes on sale a few days later, you can reach out to customer service and get refunded the partial difference.
Gordon says if you can't take advantage of these October deals, don't worry.
And what'll happen after that sale is over is a lot of the prices will return to normal for a few weeks and then they'll drop back down again.
The next big price drop will be in November around Black Friday, a more traditional time for holiday shopping. Michael George, CBS News, Clifton, New Jersey.
Toy companies from around the world descended on New York this week to show off their latest products ahead of the holidays. The Toy Fair has been held for more than 100 years, but this one is unique. Astrid Martinez tells us why.
The Toy Fair in New York is flying high once again. The last in-person event took place in February 2020, just a few weeks before the convention center was transformed into a hospital for COVID patients. After a 3-year pandemic hiatus, the toys have returned.
It feels so great to be back at Toy Fair.
Lori Schacht from the Toy Insider says many well-known toys are back for this holiday season, including Elmo. The Elmo slide lets kids dance and sing along in both English and Spanish.
Keep rubbing, keep rubbing.
Schacht showed us the latest from Magic Mixies, a genie lamp that kids rub to eventually reveal a toy.
And look at our magic moment.
And kids can become mad scientists with the Beast Lab. The green concoction creates a beast, a process that can be repeated multiple times. There are also plenty of toys with movie tie-ins, including the Ninja Turtles, and of course, Barbie, which won Doll of the Year.
Kids are rediscovering Barbie, adults are rediscovering Barbie.
And there's even more toy nostalgia, like the Care Bears and Light Bright, part of a new trend of toys designed just for adults.
The Toy Association recently did a survey, and 89% of adults say that they plan to buy a toy for an adult on their shopping list this holiday season.
For those shoppers, there's a Pac-Man pinball machine, the home version of popular game shows, and even old school action figures that can be given to kids and kids at heart. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
Record-breaking swims while one man has jumped in the deep end ahead on mid-morning. Endurance athlete Lewis Pugh just wrapped up a 315-mile aquatic adventure. He swam from the source of the Hudson River in New York all the way down to the New York harbor, accompanied by a support team. Dana Jacobson joined Pugh on the journey to find out about the inspiring message behind his mission.
Endurance swimmer Lewis Pugh knows exactly how to make a splash. The 53-year-old is the only person to have completed a long-distance swim in every ocean in the world. He's willing to test the waters no matter the adventure. Over the past decade, he's become the first athlete to swim across the North Pole, the English Channel, the Red Sea, even under the Antarctic ice sheet.
When did swimming come into your life?
When I was about 17 years old.
Wow.
You ready? You're feeling well. Good luck, my boy.
When did it go from enjoying swimming
Yes.
to finding these endurance type of swims?
In 2007, I went to the North Pole and I did a swim there. And this was across an open patch of sea.
Right.
And I remember going into that swim and then coming out the other end and actually feeling that I was a different person, because I came out of that feeling, wow, you know, this place is melting so quickly. I now have a big responsibility to share this message with the whole world.
It changed your perspective, obviously.
I think it changed me.
Since then, Pugh has been on a mission to complete record-breaking swims in jaw-dropping places, not for the titles or accolades, but to make waves in the conversation about ocean and now river preservation. His latest challenge turned quite a few heads, as he expected it would. In mid-August, Pugh set out on a month-long journey that's never been done before, swimming unassisted from the tip of the Hudson River in the Adirondacks down to the very bottom in Lower Manhattan. That's 315 miles of the infamous river, contaminated by toxic waste throughout the last century before cleanup efforts began in the 1980s.
I want people to know what has happened in the Hudson River.
Yeah.
I think this is a blueprint for people all around the world, that their rivers can be saved.
That there is something that can be done.
Absolutely. People around the world have heard about this as an amazing story about a river which was so badly misused and so badly polluted. I mean, it was one of the most polluted rivers here in America, if not the world, and then things have been turned around.
Enough so that Pugh spent 32 consecutive days in the river, swimming twice a day, both early in the morning and well into the night, to align his swim times with the river's current.
Sometimes I'd be swimming at night and I'd turn onto my back and start doing backstroke, and I'd look at the heavens and you got the big blue moon and all these stars, and it was really, really comforting.
You're going to want to get in here, it's a lot cooler.
I decided to jump in myself.
All right, you convinced me.
On day 25 of the journey, when Pugh had just 50 miles to go. Long distanced from my swim team days, I eased into my stroke. But trust me, Lewis Pugh makes it look easy.
People that I told that I was going to swim with you, there's still people who said, "You're getting in the Hudson River, where?"
Yes.
So it still has some of that reputation.
I hope we can change that reputation.
Yeah.
I hope more people will swim in this river. This is such a special river.
One that Pugh has come to know intimately. And one that drew a crowd of spectators to downtown Manhattan to take in his final stretch within it. But there's one crowd Pugh hopes to rally in even larger numbers. Members of the United Nations who have the chance to ratify a new treaty aimed to protect 30% of the world's high seas by 2030.
This is the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle which we needed in order to protect the planet properly. So for me, the mission isn't complete.
Because it's not just the swim.
Because it's not just the swim. I've got to get to the diplomats, I've got to get to the environment ministers, I've got to get to the heads of state now and deliver the message.
Your determination as one person to make world leaders listen, to make people listen, where does that come from?
Deep down in here, I've seen our oceans change, and for me this is a defining issue of our generation. And in a short period of time, we really have to protect the planet. I love being in the oceans, I love being in rivers. I'm absolutely determined to spend my life doing this work.
Dana Jacobson, CBS News.
All right, it's time to get those boots ready for fall. We're keeping up with Kealy next on Mid Morning. All right, we're back, everyone. We're keeping up with Kealy, and her boots were made for walking, but also for decorating.
For decorating, and style, and fashion.
Absolutely. So this is a trend that you found on TikTok.
Obviously.
So people are, what are we doing here?
Okay, so football season is back, obviously, for SEC schools, and while we love the football games, it's really all about the fashion.
It is a bit of a fashion show.
And so this is all over my TikTok page, and it's very simple. People are decorating their cowgirl boots. And I feel like boots have become really popular in the last few years because, one, you can get them dirty, and it's okay, and they just make every outfit so much
And also,
cuter.
you can wear them summer, spring, winter, fall.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Like,
you can wear them with
anytime.
shorts. You can wear them with jeans. You can wear them with skirts. You know, sort of
Anything.
whatever you want to do with them.
Yeah, and then this is just another way to dress up an outfit. And I feel like, too, a lot of people don't wear their school colors. They'll wear like a plain like black or white. So this is a way you can throw in your school colors.
I
too.
love that. All right. So
perfect.
it's kind of like just a little tassel added to the
just
boot,
a little
sort of.
tassel. It's
Okay.
so easy. So all you have to do is go to your local craft store, pick out the ribbon you like. I actually did this last weekend for the LSU game, and it was so cute. So I've got my
So you went to the
purple-
LSU Ole Miss game.
Yes.
And she
Let's
was
not talk about it.
well, okay. So she was there in her LSU colors, just so you know, folks.
So
right.
I have my purple, yellow, and gold. I liked.
And
then
you brought me. We haven't decided if it's maroon or red, but it's some
kind of
shade.
both.
Yeah, whichever you prefer. If you are an Alabama fan, it's more the reddish. If it's not, if you're a Mississippi State,
And
it's
see,
maroon.
these are kind of shorter boots, so I would probably do a little shorter bow than I did. But the great thing that I like about doing this is if you don't have OCD, then your strings don't have to be.
I was about to ask you. The other thing
the
is,
same length.
one thing I like to do with ribbon, like when I'm decorating gifts, is I like to do the thing where you curl up the ends of it after I
love
make the
doing
bow.
that.
But I'm just going to tie a bow for now, and then we'll see beyond that. So the other question I have is, do you do just the portion that's going to be on the outside or both sides?
So
would you
I
say?
did, at first, whenever I did mine last week, I had both sides decorated, but then I just felt like with the tall boots, it kind of looked a little silly to have both sides. So then I just ended up taking the inside ones off.
So right away, I'm feeling like I should have gone a little bit longer here with these. Also, the other thing you mentioned is getting a wider ribbon.
Yes, so I
it
think
shows up
this
a little bit more.
this thin ribbon is cute, but I think a thicker ribbon would kind of give more of the baby doll look.
And shows up a little bit more.
Yes.
I do know how to tie a bow. That's if you can tie a shoe, you can do this. You can tie your shoe.
And
like
you
this.
don't
I'm
even
gonna do
have
a
to
little-
tie a bow if you don't like it. Like
Just
this,
let it stream a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
like a little stream.
I'm gonna go longer for
I
this
think it'd
other
be
boot.
cute right here. I don't know if I
So
just
when
did
you
this
went
gold.
to the game, okay, so you go to this SEC game and you actually did see people
Yes,
with these decorated
so
boots.
many people had their boots decorated, and I think people just chose to do this one. It's easy, and it's something quick. Like so many girls had their bows on their boots, and at first, whenever I had it on, I felt a little silly. I was like, oh, I hope no one makes fun of me.
But no, this little embellishment is a way to kind of add the school colors. Like you
Yes.
said, you may not wear with your outfit the school color.
So cute.
That is cute. And you've got three layers of colors. I've just got two. And on this side, I'm going a little bit longer than I went with the
And
other
I even
side.
saw that people doing this with their boots would put some ribbon in their hair to match.
Well, of course. Of course, a good Southern girl
In
needs bow in her
Southern
hair.
fashion.
Yes. So this one I went a little bit longer, and also, as you mentioned, if you're OCD and you want them to hang the same length, then
And
you
look,
can
that
do
just like makes the butterflies on this boot like
It does.
even cuter.
It's very cute. All right, so this, honestly, this does not require a whole lot of artistic skill or craftiness here. Just go and grab some ribbon, whatever color you want. And even if you're not going to a football game, you might be going to just a little fun event with girlfriends, out to a parade.
So
you know,
cute.
Christmas is coming up. You
It
might add a
is.
little bell on it.
Green bell, that would be so
I mean, if you want to
adorable.
drive your friends at work crazy walking around with the bell, you can do that. We're going to wrap things up when we come back. Stay with us. All right, we've got our boots ready. My other favorite boot trend are the glittery ones that you're seeing in the stores
yes,
now.
the glitzy ones.
Love
Those are my
those.
favorite. I have
All
one
right,
pair.
go get yourself some ribbon and embellish your boots. We'll see you back here next time.